Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. Raila Odinga took his presidential campaigns to Western today. He was in Bungoma and in Trans Nzoia counties. And the question of the presidential debate took center stage. We know that on Tuesday, 26th this month, there is to be a presidential debate. So some leaders who accompanied Raila Odinga, the likes of Oparanya and Junet Mohammed, were pouring cold waters on Raila going for that debate. And their reason was that the deputy presidential debate actually failed to bring out the true characters of the contestants. So before we continue, I want us to listen to Junet Mohammed.
Hiyo inawezekana? Wangapi wanasema umekataa hiyo? Nione kwa mkono. Baba atakuwa debate. Na hiyo ni maoni yangu, sio maoni ya baba. Atakuwa kwa hiyo debate kama watu wataongea juu ya mambo matatu peke yake. Kama wataongea mambo integrity, mambo ya corruption na mambo ya...
Yes. It's exactly 18 days to the elections. And I'm seeing a good majority of Kenyans have already made up their minds on who they will vote for as their president. So with or without the debates, Kenyans have already made up their minds. And the debate might not influence all that much. And I'm saying that because in 2017, President Uhuru Kenyatta skipped the second presidential debate. In fact, Raila debated alone. But still, President Uhuru Kenyatta went on to win the presidency. So that proved it to me that in Kenya, Kenyans still don't know what debates are. And the debates don't influence much. So because of that, I'm seeing Raila's team, they have already looked at their numbers and they have looked at what they can gain from the debates, and they have seen maybe they are not going to gain much from the debate. That's most likely why they are very reluctant on Raila Odinga, or rather they are very reluctant on Raila attending the presidential debate. Kenyans, they know Kenyans have already made up their minds. And then secondly, some of these leaders, we have been with them in Kenya. We know them. We know Rigathi Gachagua, we know Raila, we know William Ruto. And we know their track records. From the last deputy presidential debate, the debate failed to highlight the true characters of these candidates. So a good majority of Kenyans felt let down with the debates. And a good majority of Raila supporters, from what they saw during the deputy presidential debate, a good majority are not for Raila Odinga going for the presidential debate unless things change, unless the true characters of these candidates will be able to be highlighted. If you look at a candidate like Rigathi Gachagua, Rigathi Gachagua is a well-known personality in Kenya. He was an administrator in the Moi regime. And some Kenyans have been crying foul of some of the atrocities made against them when Rigathi Gachagua was serving as a special deal in Molo. During the debates, such kind of issues were not even highlighted. Rigathi Gachagua, as I talk, has an active case in a court of law, charged of irregularly acquiring over 12 billion Kenya shillings through some fraudulent tenders. During the debates, that was not given all that premium. So Rigathi Gachagua actually walked out scot-free, a free man. And that just gave him the opportunity, or rather the debate, gave Rigathi Gachagua the opportunity to sanitize himself from all the corrupt allegations Kenyans already know and believe he is. So in one way or the other, I tend to believe Raila's team are seeing the debates as just a stage for people to sanitize themselves. The debates are not bringing out the real people or the real candidates. And that can be so because before the debates, William Ruto and his team were threatening to boycott the debates. And I believe those threats might have scared or threatened the media council to a point they were afraid of asking the right questions. They never wanted to annoy William Ruto and his team. And that's why I believe that the debate that we saw was fraudulent. And if that can continue with the presidential debates, then there is no need or use of Raila attending such kind of a debate. And also, if you look at it from another angle, the debates in one way or the other, if you look at it keenly, if you look at William Ruto, you put William Ruto here, and then you have Raila Amolo Odinga here, and then you want them to debate. I'm sorry to use this word, but it's like you are setting somebody to argue with a fool. And you know you cannot win any argument. You can't win an argument when you are arguing with a fool. You can't beat a fool in an argument. So if the presidential debate that is coming on Tuesday, I honestly believe that if the trend is to continue from what we saw in the deputy presidential debates, then I'm just seeing maybe Raila Odinga being set up. And William Ruto most likely is going to sanitize maybe his tainted image. If it's to follow, or rather if it's to happen the way we saw the deputy presidential debate happening. So again, unless the debates are to bring out the real personalities, or rather the real person in William Ruto and Raila Odinga, no need of Raila Odinga going for the debates. As I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, I honestly believe that Raila's team might also be cleverly trying to maybe threaten or scare the media council organizing the debate to ask the right questions. I don't know whether I've used the right language. They are trying maybe to push them into asking the right questions. Because from what happened, we saw that if you threatened them the way William Ruto's team threatened them, they went slow on him. So Raila might be trying to threaten them, in this case, for them not to go slow on Raila Odinga, but maybe for them to ask the real questions. They must touch on integrity, leadership, and integrity of these candidates. Let me leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. In case you are watching us for the very first time, but so far you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. And to our fans and subscribers here, I'm very much humbled, very grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. God bless you, God bless Kenya. Any person watching us outside Kenya for the very first time, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. And if possible, subscribe, give this video a like.